Hello, everyone. Okay, can you hear me? Or no, maybe. Let me just fix this. Haha, forgot to do that. Can you guys hear me okay? Say yes. Yes. The reason I forgot to do this because I started to clean up my living room because there were so many papers all over the coffee table and everywhere. God knows so much paper here. So I decided I gotta clean this whole thing and turn it into what it was and what I like it to be. So, so while I was doing that and cleaning out the coffee table, all the stuff, and it's all now cleaned out, I mean, emptied out, I gotta still wipe it. I found an old speaker, one of these portable speakers, little ones, and it didn't have, juice. It didn't have enough battery. So I took this, disconnected the microphone, and was charging that. I forgot to put it back on before my program. So, having said that, we have snow coming down like, dogs and cats, or cats and dogs. Anyhow, it's coming down seriously, and everywhere is white. Fog is everywhere. Like, it's not fog, it's just snow coming down. And I plan on having a nice long stroll afterwards, after my live, in the snow, and enjoy myself and ponder and enjoy, spend time with the nature a little bit. And that fresh, crisp weather must be good. So if you don't see me later, it means I got frozen. Never made it back. Okay, so uh, hopefully we won't hear knock on the wall. It's only 10 o'clock, so it should be all right. All right. So Ren Max says, "Hello, Miran. I saw your video on the development of understanding on the human brain, how scientists came to know about the duality of human brain and all. It was very good, and I liked it. I'm delighted you watched that. It's a very informative video. I used the most relevant parts, I mean, foundation of it from the video that Dr. Ignar had made. And then I elaborated on it for the other things that I needed to add to it. And it's a very good video. I think it's very useful. It's a bit slow. It's me, I like to talk and explain, and sometimes it's good for people who want to know detail, and sometimes it could be boring. And nevertheless, it's there. And I have myself watched it several times, and I plan on watching it again because it reminds me of things in detail, in more detail, and it's very interesting to me. Just like to watch my own program. Nobody else does, so I keep enjoying myself. Anyhow, Hussein says, "Hello, sir, 19 male, India. Thank you for that." And Rinmax says, "I just want to know that how to counter the urge of not getting out of comfort zone." What the hell does that mean? can can you explain to me? I mean, you probably know what you're trying to say, but there's two different matters in speaking. One is that you know what you're saying. The other one is to help me to understand what it is that you want me to understand. So if you do that, I'll promise I'll take a crack at it. Hussein says, "Sir, 5 months ago, breakup happened. I think, okay, I thought I moved on, but someday, I guess, Oh, some days ago, I guess, I saw my ex, and suddenly anxiety started again. How to stop this? I'm good for some months, but again, all things started. Well, why do you want to stop it? It's normal. When you see an ex, look, we men love women. And for us, women is like air. We need this oxygen. So we need that connection with women. And if you have an ex and no longer you're receiving that very motivating factor of wanting to be in a relationship with a woman, which is intimacy, when you have an ex and you see her, you're not thinking about what went wrong and how non compatible you guys were, what problems you had. None of that comes to your mind. What comes to your mind and hits you in the head is the intimacy, is that sexual connection, is that what you consider fundamental of your life, like breathing, drinking water, the need. So for that reason, you realize that what she could facilitate and provide is not available to you anymore. So you get anxious as you saw a prey. Thousands and thousands of years ago, we would go hunting for food and we see a prey. We didn't want it to get away because that was our life was dependent on it. So we still have the same feeling about intimacy and sex. We're programmed for procreation. You're a heterosexual male, you love women, and you're programmed for procreation. And you see her, and if you, for some reason, can't have access to her, you could have that anxiety, especially if it's an ex that you used to have access to her, now you don't. And you have no idea about other reasons that why you don't want to be with her, or why she didn't want to be with you, or how it didn't work. None of that comes to mind. The only thing comes to mind is that pleasure and intimacy and that programming that is in you, that you want to have that connection. And that's where the anxiety, because you feel like, oh, it's running away. That hunt is going away. That need that I have, it's right there. The oxygen is going away. The anxiety creates a danger. Don't let it go away. That's part of your for your survival. So that's a normal feeling. But in reality, it's just a reaction to a certain need that you recognize. Otherwise, nothing's going to happen. So enjoy it and say, that was nice. But then quickly update the file. The reasons that why you don't want to be with her, the reasons why you guys broke up, the reasons why you could not get along, the reasons why you didn't have compatibility, the reasons why the consciousnesses were not bonding, and how things unraveled and did not work. That's why you broke up. You got to bring that to your attention, and then you'll be fine. The anxiety will go away. All right. And always remember the very short ways of getting rid of anxiety for times that it shows up. Remember, we have a channel, we have a video on that. Just double long breath. Remember, we have two breathing system. One is the pre-Butzinger complex, which is a normal rhythm of breathing. Then parafacial nuclei is the one that you can manipulate and change the rhythm of your breathing. So you use that system by breathing 2 times long, hold, and then release like this. When you do this, you just automatically relax. The anxiety goes away, and there would be no thought in your mind while you're doing the exercise. It's a direct connection to your survival. Breathing, you need air, and you focus on letting it out, controlling, manipulating the parafacial nuclei system of breathing. And your focus is only on the breathing, which is a quick meditation. and it acts as a electric shock that psychotherapists sometimes give to people who are desperately deep in depression and they need to be giving a jolt when nothing else has worked to get them out of that rot that they have created by getting deeper and deeper in that vortex. So this is like a quick way of giving yourself a shock, getting yourself out of that anxiety or depressive mood, to give you a chance to see the window of opportunity and getting involved with positive activities to move yourself on to bigger and better things and more happy things. So you can always use that if you see there's no other way. All right. Jibril says, yes, I hear you. Thank you. Kane, NUFC 87. Okay. Sounds like a fighter jet or a Cessna. Says, hello there. Hello there, sir. What are your thoughts on? First, I want to know your gender, age, and where you're tuning in from. Then I get back to you. Manav Matpati. So, sir, can gender, age, and where you're tuning in from? I'll get back to you. And Yusuf Baba Houya says, good job, sir. Thank you. Gender, age, and where you're tuning in from. I got to know who you guys are so we can connect. Manav Matpati says, India, male 15. If you're below 18 years of age, I would like to make sure that you guys have permission from your parents to be here and be in discussion with us. So I hope that has happened and that you have that agreement with your parents. They know that you're here, and that would be fine. Kane says, sorry, I'm a male, 21, and from Australia. Land under. So hopefully you guys are doing better with your tyrannic government, and hopefully you're getting things in control and getting things back to where it's supposed to be. And Yusuf Baba Houya says, South Korea, 36 male. Thank you for that. All right, so let's get back to the questions for Kane. This is 21, male, Australia. Kane says, hello there, sir. What are your thoughts on an ex-girlfriend? No, on an ex's friend constantly looking at your social media when they don't follow you? Thank you. Nothing. Pay no attention. Live your life. I may be walking in the street and hundreds of girls maybe look at me. Who knows, wishful thinking. But I will not pay attention. Why? Because, listen, I need a direct signal. I don't take hints, especially in this day and age, everything should be very politically correct. You can't be like how it was, 30, 40, 50 years ago, which it was all common sense and proper behavior and good judgments and senseful judgments. You now have to have clear signals. So unless someone comes and introduces herself or asks something from me to engage in a conversation, I pay no attention. And that's what you do. If somebody checks out your social media, you're not supposed to say, oh, that's a chance. She checked me out, but she didn't say anything. But that's a signal for me to talk to her. No, it's not. What's the difference between man and woman right now these days? Obviously nothing. So if you're supposed to have a direct, proper conversation with them, then you don't take a hint either. You want direct connection. In other words, if she wants to get to know you, if she has any purpose by checking your social media, then she has to make a comment or say something for you to respond. You don't run just because somebody looked at you. It's like, you go say, "Oh, ma'am, I noticed that you noticed me." That bullshit doesn't work. It's nonsense. She noticed you, she got to come and do something because, supposedly there's no difference now, right? Is there? So either things got to go the way it was. Lady is a lady and a man is a man, and properly goes and introduces himself to the lady and asks for, I don't know, a time to sit down and chat or have tea or coffee, whatever. Or if it's all the same, then she has to also make a proper presentation. Just giving a hint, you can't have your cake and eat it too, which means you have to have respect for yourself. If somebody looks at your social media but makes no comment, you don't go after her. You're making a fool out of yourself. Why? Somebody rings the bell and you run? No. Got to call you, invite you, and then you go. You don't run when the ring is bell. Oh, it's just somebody looked at me. Maybe there's a chance. Don't do that. Sometimes girls do that just because they're curious, and sometimes they want to make you go after them, and then they say, "Oh, well, I'm busy," but they felt good. Don't do that. Direct, clear, assertive comments, conversation, signals, then you act on it appropriately. Yusuf 36 from South Korea says, "I've been watching your videos since you started." Ooh, long time ago. Your videos and kind personality helps a lot. A great man and kind. Oh, thank you very much. I appreciate that. Very kind of you. And Kane says, "Thank you for that advice. Love your videos. Thank you very much." Listen, guys, if you guys really love the videos and get benefit from the channel, the least or what you can do for the channel is to promote the channel somehow in chat lines, mention it or share it in your social media. Do something because the channel doesn't get exposure. For one reason or another, I don't know why it doesn't. But obviously, it helps thousands and thousands around the world every day. So somehow the algorithm doesn't recognize maybe the topics that we discuss or whatever it is. So please help out for exposure of the channel before I'm too old. And there would be time that I would say, "Amygdala is making a signal." Oh, what? Just made the signal. Oh, that was a doorknob. Or the sound of the pipes. So before I get too old, just promote the channel. Let's see if we can help reach more people and help more people. By the way, you all know that you can always have a chat with me, a consultation on Skype. Go on my site, mindthatseekstruth.com, mindthatseekstruth.com, and make an appointment for Skype. For new clients, if you make an appointment for 1 hour, I'll throw in an hour. We'll have 2 hours on that very session to discuss what's concerning you one-on-one on Skype. All right, what else? Okay, Manav says, Manav hasn't said how old he is. Oh, he's 15, yeah. Okay, so I wait for your answer. So, sir, can HOCD makes you uncomfortable with girls and makes you anxious when you think about girls? But I know I'm straight because I like girls in my past life, and I never thought about a boy. And now also I like a girl, but this HOCD is not allowing me to enjoy when I try to ignore them. It says, why you are doing things that is uncomfortable. Don't listen to the brain. Thoughts are like farts. They have no intellect. They just blurt out. The source of it being brain has no intellect, doesn't know what it's doing. Its job, like any other part of your body, like kidney and liver, they each have a job. Brain's job is to make thoughts. So it makes thoughts, 80, 90,000 thoughts a day. And it's not really concerned about, is it about your gender? Does it fit your values? It just makes thoughts. It is up to you to recognize which thoughts worthy of your pondering or focus or attention, and which thoughts are supposed to be allowed to be there while you just focus on whatever it is that you choose to pay attention to. So, in other words, let thoughts be and you do your own thing. Don't think that the thoughts should not show up before I am perfectly 100% who I am. No, you are who you are all the time, 100%, regardless of what shows up in the head or doesn't. Just the fact that you get distracted or bamboozled by interruption of these thoughts is the problem. Otherwise, the thoughts showing up is not a problem. It has no message, it has no meaning. What it does, it distracts you and creates this doubt in your head, which is all virtual, nothing actual about them. So just educate yourself through the videos and the links of the psychotherapists and psychologists that I have put on the description of the videos that I've produced on HOCD and OCD, and then you'll know how to handle it, and then you won't give a damn about it. And I will have a bits of the live streams that we did this morning and or this afternoon and yesterday or the day before yesterday, which talks about how to deal with these thoughts and what they are, why they show up, how they show up. Again, for the 100th times, but in a different way. So you might want to wait for that to be uploaded and educate yourself further. Okay, now we have Abby Anand says, "Hi, sir. My name is Abby, male. I'm from India, 17 years old. I watched the playlist you gave on HOCD. I'm feeling better. But when I see another smart guys, gay, transgender, I get anxiety. How do you handle?" Well, that's what those videos are, for you to learn to allow thoughts to be. According to certain conditionings that your consciousness have received through your culture and upbringing, you have been conditioned to react to something that is not in line with your values, rather than just simply understanding that whatever is not in your values is not going to change your values, not going to change you, is not going to affect you in any way, shape, or form. And you just allow whatever is out there be out there, but you have the power of choosing. So whatever is out there doesn't affect you because you choose or veto what is or is not in line with your values. So if someone is gay, someone is transgender, someone is whatever their inclination is, well, that's their life and that's their choice and that's how they are. And that doesn't change anything in you, but you're conditioned to protect your identity and your inclination by trying to push away whatever else that is not in line with your values. You don't have to do that. You can just allow things to be and you be. Just follow your own path and they follow their path. And just the existence of something is not going to affect the negativity exist of another thing. There's so many different species of trees or animals and so on, and they're not in the same way. Their contribution is not the same way to the nature, and some of them are, totally opposite of each other's colors or purpose or whatever else it is, the persona characteristics, but they all are and doing their own things. They're not interfering with each other's survival, and so they don't affect each other. They're just busy with their own thing, and so we should be the same. So that will take that away from. You don't have to react to something that is not, and it's not gonna threaten who you are, and you don't have to push everything away in order to keep safe who you are. No, nobody's bothering anybody. Whatever you don't like, you move away. Whoever makes a suggestion that is not in line with your values, you just say, "Well, I'm not interested," or "That's it," or you just move away. A thought shows up. Well, these thoughts can show up. Who cares? Allow thoughts to be there, and understand you don't have to kind of go on a rampage or fight with any thought that shows up. Let the thoughts be. So what? So if you devaluate these different thoughts and don't get so wired up on it, then you'll see that there's never been any reason for you to get so anxious or defensive or anything just because something that is not, welcomed by you, or lifestyle that is not in line with your values show up. To each his own. Yusuf says, sure, I always recommend your channel because it does so. Thank you very much. I appreciate that, Yusuf. Hussein says, thank you so much, sir. I suddenly find out X pretty, which she is not when I'm in relationship that much. But suddenly this thing started and anxiety started. So what? You pass by, you see many really gorgeous, drop dead gorgeous girls out there. What do? You start crying and say, oh, what am I going to do without her? No, you see them, they're beautiful, they're there, but it's not yours. You walk on. Enjoy seeing and walk on. Now, this one, you have had the chance to see what the relationship looks like with her, and you think it's not really that great. Now, if you feel that she's hot, okay, just like you saw another hot girl in the street, pass by. Especially this one, that it's not really going to be working out good. At least the ones you don't know, you can imagine that they're very good. it's gonna be a good relationship. But this one, it wasn't a good relationship, so it can easier to pass by it. Manav says, sir, means if I like girls before, this means I'm straight. Yeah, of course you are. These are thoughts that show up. You got to watch. If you say you've seen the playlist, then I'm having a hard time believing it, because if you had seen them all, you would have already had this answered. But HOCD and OCD subsets are the kind of a disorder that makes you always doubt everything. You doubt everything. Even this is, what is this? Kombucha. You say, is it kombucha? Let me try. And you go, Yeah, it is. Look, is it? Oh, but taste it. Let me try again. It's just a doubting disease. That's why you're asking this question. If I like girls before this, does it mean I'm straight? Because being straight is so important to you. That's your lifestyle. That's your identity. That's what you want to be. That's you love to be. That's why you're trying to protect it so much. And that's why when the OCD shows up, you start doubting the things that are sacred to you, that are most important to you. You don't care if you think, oh, do I have enough money or not? You doubt it. You don't care. But things that are really important to you, you keep doubting and obsess about it, because you want to protect it. And there is a malfunction in the amygdala that it creates anxiety and danger. An emotional danger signal is being sent unnecessarily. And then the prefrontal cortex goes and finds something that could be affecting you in a dangerous way, and finds a script and says, oh, this emotional danger signal that is sent, I can create this script for it, that it's about your sexuality. Okay, now it fits. I filled out a script for the emotional danger, emotional signal that was created. But you think, oh, the reason that this danger signal was created, was sent, that I feel it, the anxiety and fear, is because of this narrative. But the narrative was created after the actual danger, which had no narrative to it, was created. It's like you're creating a interpretation for something that had no motive or interpretation. But now that there's interpretation for it, you think, oh, that's why the danger was sent for this. And that becomes an evidence for you that, oh, then it must be true. I must doubt myself. All that is just a malfunction in the amygdala and the malfunction in the striatum, where caudate nucleus is, which is supposed to act as an automatic gear shift to shut down the intrusive thoughts. And when it malfunctions and doesn't shut down the intrusive thoughts, they hover. And when they hover and they don't disappear, which is job to dissipate and disappear intrusive thoughts when they show up, when it's malfunctioning, it doesn't disappear. And when it doesn't disappear, you say, oh, it didn't go away, so it must mean something. It must have a real meaning. I got to find out why. No, there's no. It's just the malfunction of the signaling system of the brain. So relax. But educate yourself so you won't keep doubting and asking yourself, because it's going to have no end to it and drives you nuts. Mona Safa. Oh, Mona says, Merry Christmas, Mona June. Merry Christmas, Mona June. Good of you to be here. Thank you for that. Hope all is well with you. And are you still in California or are you back in UK? And Paramesh Warar says, hello, sir. Hello, dear. Hello, dear. Says, any quick tip for happiness? Quick tip. Are you going to let me know gender, age, where you tuning in from? Yeah, tip for happiness is be happy. Quick tip. Everything's supposed to be quick and short, but have a long-lasting effect. Quick and short, long-lasting effect. That's the prescription for the day. Okay, name of the game. All right. Says, I mean, how to be happy. Yeah. Base your happiness on basics of life. Don't wait for big things to happen to bring happiness to you. Focus on the basics of life that is always there, and your life depends on it, but you don't notice it. Like breathing. This is the first thing you need to be anything, let alone happiness. So when you have ability to breathe, that's one reason to be happy. Some place to sleep safe, another reason to be happy. Something to drink. If it's kombucha, it's really some clean water to drink. It's another reason to be happy. Something to eat. Another reason to be happy. Maybe some work. Experience. Something to be productive with. Like you're producing, you're contributing, you're accomplishing something. Another reason to be happy. People who love you, people you love. Love, like, kind, good, friendly. Another reason to be happy. These are things that are available. You don't have to try hard for them. So you can be happy with the abundance about these things that is available. You have to kill yourself to get them. You don't. It's there. These are reasons to be happy. And anything further, that would be great. Sure. Do your best to achieve other things that you want. But base your happiness on these basic things and then build from there. And then you go on with other things that you might desire in life. Paramesh 26 Mail India, thank you for that. Charity Campbell. Could anyone explain to me what are these Aldin Maggie, Charity Campbell. They have these sites or dot coms. One of them is VASF dot tech. The other one is VASK dot tech. These are what? Can anyone explain to me what is it? Are you just trying to promote something here? Because if you are, that's silly. I'm just going to delete you. Just tell me, why are you here? What are these sites? All right. If you answer me, great. If you don't, I'm just going to put you on break or timeout. LBG says, hello, Lindsay, 24, New York. How to stop looking at X social media? Please help. Thank you. How? Just don't look. What? How? You have control on your eyes, your actions, your choices. Make a decision. What does it do for you? Other than wasting your time, bringing anxiety, checking out something that is no longer relevant to you, why would you do that to yourself? Hmm? You have an appetite, you have money, you see a good restaurant, you see the food behind the window and you think it's good, so you go in and sit, pay for it, and eat it. But if you're not hungry or you don't have the money or the food maybe not your liking, why would you stand behind the store or restaurant's window and keep watching the food that is being served? Why would you annoy yourself? Go do something else or go make money and prepare for yourself or go buy ingredients, go make food yourself. Do something that is productive. Why would you do something that brings you anxiety and it's unproductive? Decide, what is it going to do for you? Why would you do that? For what? What's the outcome? Lucky Dude says, sir, I'm 17 years old from India. I was bullied as a kid, and now I'm having OCD about my childhood bullying experience. You're not a child anymore, and those bullies are all just gone to hell. Either they're in trouble or they're not having the same effect on you. You're a big boy now. So past doesn't exist, is dead. Those are just memories. And sometimes when we're a child, we handle something we can. Sometimes we back down or we don't handle it, or we learn from it. And later on, we modify our behavior and we know how to deal with things a little bit better. So, why do you want to go back? There's so many things that we've maybe not handled it well. Maybe some kids, when they poo in their pants when they're like 1 year old, they don't know what it is. They play with it and they put it in their face. That doesn't mean that that's what that's how they think right now. At that level, that's all they knew and that's all they could do and to handle a certain situation. But now that they're older, they know better, they know what to. So if someone wants to bully you, no, now you won't allow it. So who cares how it was then? Oh, you're a kid. So what? And Lucky Do says, what is the difference between denial and OCD, HOCD? Well, for that, I'm just going to refer you to this video that I have for you. Because that would be easier. There we go. So here is video number 13. Says, are you in denial? And so you can watch this and that would be much more efficient. It is 21 minutes, so naturally it would do a better job than me trying to talk about it here. All right. And Lucky this says, and sir, on a lighter note, did you see Spider-Man No Way Home? No, I haven't seen the Spider-Man yet. Um, it's not on Netflix or anything yet. It's just in the screens. And now with all these mandates and shit, I can't go to a movie anyhow. You know, so so I don't know if I'm losing more than, or the movie makers are losing more money because there's so many people who are not vaccinated, and then they can't go to gym or this and that or movies. So I'll wait till it comes on Netflix. All right, guys, it's 55 minutes and 44 seconds. And I think we've answered all the questions. There's Atif, one more question. It says, hi, Mehran, a 39 male, New York City. I just came back from my date. Well, it must have been a good date because it is, what, 1:33 in New York City. So, says, just came back from my date that I asked you about earlier. Did you? I didn't get your advice I asked earlier. Did you? I don't remember the question. That was on an earlier live stream, I guess. And I don't remember what answer it was. Oh, so you mean you asked the question and you left and you didn't listen to it? Now you want me to repeat it? Wishful thinking. You ask, you stay till I answer. You don't? Well, then watch the rerun. The hell with you. Go make an appointment on Skype. You pay for it, then I'll talk to you. I'm not going to spend time here for you because I was on date. So I didn't hear it. Repeat it. Fuck off. I want to go out and play in the snow. All right. So craziness is happening. And my neighbor throws in garbage into my mailbox. Says that, oh, that was something in the hallway. It fell, and I know it was yours. So we don't want to get your germ. Go get vaccinated. look at the fear that has been taking over people to behave such craziness. Anyhow, so and Atif says, "Ouch, yeah, God damn it, you were out on date, having your fun, and you want me to just repeat that for you? All right, you got another thing coming." Yogi says, "Hello, Mehran. Have you been to the superstore in West Vancouver? West Vancouver doesn't have a superstore. I was in West Vancouver last week, and I think I saw a guy that looks exactly like you. I almost said hello. Did you now? What was that guy wearing? I don't know what last week I was wearing, uh, but West Van doesn't have a superstore. So I wonder where you were really, in West Van or Vancouver West. Who knows? But you're in North Van, right? You should probably know what is West Vancouver. And so I bet you maybe you're talking about Whole Foods. There is no superstore here. Superstore, there's one in North Vancouver in Mountain Highway. No, Mount Seymour Highway. Arunas Baradok says, sorry to bother you. Just curious. All my last relationships I got the boot. Thanks to a psychologist, I was able to see that none was all my fault. But then at which point it stops being their fault. I didn't get it. I think I need a little bit more explanation what you mean. And Dilugani says 24 May London says, Ma'alem, any good videos or recommendations about not getting vaccinated? Uh, you can do your own research. I make my own decision and I don't want to influence you or anybody else. So there are lots of information available from scholars and virologists and neurologists and so on. And that's all I can say about that. So, Aaronus, that's a very general question. I can't answer that unless I know the stories, I know the relationship, I know the scope of it, and that needs detail. So you can go on my site, mind@seekstruth.com. And make an appointment for Skype consultation, and then I'll throw in another hour if you register for an hour, and we'll have 2 hours, plenty of time to explore and discuss what's concerning you one-on-one on Skype. All right. Okay. So, guys, it looks to me that it is now over 1 hour and it's time for me to go play in the snow before it gets really hard to walk. It's coming down like crazy. And so it's time for me to say I love you all. Thank you very much for being here, giving the opportunity to share a thing or two with you. And I look forward to our next conversation and chat on live stream. In the meantime, be good to yourself and to the others. Merry Christmas again. Enjoy yourselves. Take good care of yourself. And I'll talk to you soon. Bye for now. That's better. Subscribe on my channel, visit my channel, and go through the videos that you might be interested in. Mind@seekstruth.com is making it one step away to talk to me one-on-one on Skype and discuss what's concerning you. I'll talk to you soon.